back there. So the first thing I'm going to do is start sauteing some vegetables. I've got some finely diced onion, about 1/4 cup. Then I'm going to do some celery. This is going to give these patties some nice flavor. And I want to finely dice the celery too. We're going to saute it so it just gets nice and soft. And you don't have big crunchy pieces in your patties. But a lot of times you'll notice the little pieces of celery, onion, and we're going to do red pepper in your crab cakes too. So same idea. Love, love, love crab cakes, but when you order them at a restaurant, you pay like big bucks and you get like a crab plate like this big. And it's like, where's the rest of the crab cake? So that's one of those things. Boy, make it at home. Okay. A little more oil. And I'm going to do some red pepper just because I love it and it makes it colorful and I love the taste. It's a nice sweet taste. Save the rest to go in a salad. And if you have any good seafood recipes or any good suggestions on where to go to get really good seafood restaurant-wise, even just a really good fish fry, we love hearing your recommendations. We really do. And we will road trip just about anywhere. So even if it's just a little hole-in-the-wall tavern, mom and pop place, those are actually some of our favorites. Doesn't have to be just the fancy stuff. Okay. In goes our red pepper. A little bit of salt and pepper. Now you could do the same recipe. We're using salmon, but you could also use canned tuna and make tuna burgers, which are really tasty. Either one will work great. Or canned crab meat. So it's a pretty versatile recipe. I'm using salmon just for something a little different and because it's really good for you. So I'm just going to let those cook down just a little bit. Got some fresh garlic. And I'm going to add in just a minute, not quite yet. Don't want to add that until the very end. Just a clove or two, just depends on how big your garlic is. All right, now we're going to get to work on the salmon patties themselves. And I'm also going to toast the buns that we're going to put these on. I think when you toast hamburger buns, just brings them to a whole nother level. So I'm just going to throw them in the oven. And you're going to remind me to keep an eye on them, right? Yep. Okay, okie dokie. All right, now to our salmon patties. I'm going to start out with 1 egg. And this is going to be the glue that binds everything together. And I'll just beat that up. Checking on my veggies. Just want them to get soft. I don't need to overcook them. We're almost there. Now, I've got 2 packages, and these are fantastic, 5-ounce packages of the skinless, boneless salmon foil packets. What's nice about these is you don't have to hassle with draining them. They're already done for you. And tuna is now coming this way too, and it really makes things so convenient. If you're just buying the tuna in the can, you want to make sure you buy the skinless and boneless salmon because you don't want to be hassling with that. You could also, if you're having salmon for dinner, use the leftovers to make these salmon patties. So maybe do, if you're baking salmon in the oven, bake another piece or 2 and then, flake it up and use them in these patties. A great way to use leftover salmon. Okay. I'm going to take my veggies. Well, first I'm going to add my garlic in with my veggies. Give it about 30 seconds. You know the rule when it comes to fresh garlic. Get it in there kind of move it around, and once you start to smell that wonderful garlic smell, we are done. Okay, perfect. Off the heat you go. Just gonna let it hang out. Now I've got a little bit of breadcrumbs. I'll do a little bit of fresh lemon juice. I'm gonna make a wonderful dill sauce to go with these too. And we're gonna use some breadcrumbs. And just like burgers, the best way to do this is really just kind of get in there with your hands. Take my vegetables. So clean hands. I start with a little bit of, I'm just using Italian breadcrumbs. Start with a little, you can always add more. And I'm going to use that same skillet that I did my heat some oil in that I did the vegetables in. It's a non-stick skillet to fry up our salmon patties. Okay. These are something too that sometimes it works better, like with crab cakes, to make them a couple hours ahead and get them in the refrigerator. That way they'll kind of firm up a little bit. In fact, Anne, could you grab me some more breadcrumbs? I'm just going to need a little bit more just to bind this all together. I don't like to add too much. Thanks, Chef Ken's in the house. Because I want to be able to taste the salmon, but I can just tell that just to hold these together. May need a little more of the crab or the breadcrumbs. Now just make a nice patty. These are pattying up perfectly. They smell delicious. My pan should be nice and hot. This is going to make, depends on the size of the patties, 3 to 4 nice size salmon burgers. Yes, could you go check those, Ann, please? Right. Got the, I don't want to burn the buns. Thank you. How are they looking?
Perfect.
Perfect. Just even when I'm doing regular burgers, boy, when you can throw the buns on the grill the last few minutes of while the burgers are grilling, or in this case, you know, while we're making our salmon patties, just makes all the difference in the world to have warm buns. Warm and toasty. They also, when you toast them, they hold up better in a sandwich. Okay, so my salmon patties are hanging out here. You cook them just like you would burgers. We'll give them a flip in just a minute. Now I want to work on one more thing, and that's a wonderful, you know, to put ketchup on this would be okay, but I really want to, you know, bring out the flavors of the fish, so I'm going a lemon dill sauce, which is as easy as basically some mayonnaise, fresh lemon juice. Just want to get looking for a spatula here. Ooh, these are looking good. This one's just perfect. Other two not quite ready to flip yet. So anyway, lemon juice. I like to use quite a bit of lemon juice. And fresh or dried dill. I prefer to use fresh dill. It's going to be so much more flavorful. But if you don't have that and you don't feel like making a trip to the grocery store, you probably have dried dill in your pantry already. For the fresh dill, I like to use about 2 tablespoons. I use scissors. For the dried dill, about a teaspoon or so. The dried spices are usually much stronger. It smells so good, and I love the idea of lemon and dill and fish together. Okay, let me give this one more flip. I'll mix up our sauce. Smells so good. Anne's got our nice toasted buns out of the oven. Gorgeous Anne, very, very nice. I'm going to take some of my salmon patty. Put it on the bun. Some of this wonderful sauce. Lemon dill, which is kind of my version of an upscale tartar sauce. Love tartar sauce and fish. Serve this with some lettuce and tomato, and there you go. Salmon burgers that you can do at home. These are delicious. Give them a try. So quick and easy. You can make regular burgers, you can make these, and I think the whole family will love them. Recipes on the website. You can also pick it up at any area Festival Foods.